Yo, yo, yo. What up, everyone? Welcome to Doing This Daily, the show where I play FFBE and give you my thoughts on some of the news and things that have recently happened. And you are watching this on Clutch EXE. So, thank you once again for tuning in, and let's get this thing started. First, I want to kind of talk about just the kind of climate of FFBE right now. There's a lot going on, and I think I just kind of want to have say my piece about it. So first off, there's a lot going on in JP. If you didn't know, JP got its, I think it's third world reset now, where they had one for season 1 and 2. Or season 1 and then season 2, and then now they got one for the first half of season 3, where I think it might be 1 or 2, I'm not sure, but I know that they did get the first half of their season 3, their world got reset, so now they're getting access to more lapis. In the global side, we should have already gotten our first reset, which would have given us access to a lot more lapis and access to a lot more units. Instead, the people at Gumi have decided to withhold that world reset, and they promised to have given it to us at a certain point, but they still haven't. In most situations, that shouldn't be an issue, but because of the fact that they haven't given it to us after all this time, it promotes them selling more characters. Because if you don't have lapis, if you're like me, getting like daily lapis type thing, and saving, hoarding, every event saving, hoarding, you won't have access to that type of thing. And it's not like a deal breaker, it's not like the end of the world or whatever, but it's kind of just like a bad sense from a company to know that the company is purposely trying to keep like non-spenders away from spending. Like I spent a good amount in Brave Exvius, but like things like this will make me not want to spend, because like the reason I spent would be like, oh, I want this, I want that, like I used everything I've saved, one more lap, and I can get all these things. Like those kind of ideas promote me to want to spend. But when I know that if I spend this lapis now, I'm literally never gonna get lapis again for another 6 or 7 months. Like, come on, man. Like, that's not gonna make me want to spend. It's gonna make me want to save. So, like, that's one of my biggest issues with Global right now. A lot of people are talking about like expert missions and stuff like that, but like, not really bothered by not having expert missions, because like I don't need another Delita. I definitely don't need another lightning in my party. And like for those 5-star random rainbows, very rarely do I get like the Xeno, the Esther, the Elisperis that I'm looking for. Instead, I will find like characters like, anybody, like I said, Delita. Yeah. So another thing that's like bad about the fact that JP is getting all this stuff is that JP gets more than us, and they're ahead of us. They also get like a bunch of bugs too that come with all this content. So instead of when it comes down to global, instead of the bugs being fixed and then we're getting the same content, we're getting less lapis, the same bugs, sometimes more bugs. Up until October, I haven't gotten any friend requests. Like, I was basically locked out of having any new friends for all of 2019 up until like a month ago or so. And that was probably the most annoying thing about Brave Exvius, because like a lot of people had stopped playing at that time too, so I didn't even realize that my friends list was stagnating until like May or so, and then I had to go and manually add friends, because I've never really been like the type of person who adds friends. Like, I always get my account added, and like now that I'm seeing it back, I thought at first no one was adding me, but then when I looked it up, a lot of people were having these issues, and it turns out that there was a mistake on Global's end that actually hadn't gotten fixed for a very long time. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of good stuff that happens in Global. Like, the exclusives we have, so many exclusive events, exclusive units. My favorite unit in the game is Global Original Unit, which is Roberta. Well, I guess she's in Japan, but she's not that good. But yeah, Roberta. We have Elena, Esther, Zeno, Aang. He's not in the Japanese version. All these units are units that I love. Sylvie is my favorite unit in the game. She's the best. So like, man, like all these units are amazing. And so like, yeah, it's awesome to have units like that in Global. But like, at the same time, would I trade, like if Global could be 9 months ahead, running side by side with JP, would I trade all the units for that? Hell yes, I would. If it ran exactly the same way as JP's, hell yes, I would. Because JP, they give you a bunch more things that I think, like if you can somehow mix the two, where you get like the content from the Global side, yet the generosity of the Japanese side, I think we'd end up with more players in general, more consistent players. So like, finding out how to make the most money is secondary. It would be secondary to like just having the player base in general, because it feels like at this point everybody's always mad at Gumi for like doing something that's scummy, and like realistically it is kind of like scummy. I know it's a business or whatever, but it is kind of scummy to like to set people's up, not really with their expectations, but like if you think that people are just gonna wait around and just accept the fact that you changed everything about the game that people know from Japanese, that people can see from Japanese, and you've changed it to be worse. Like, I think that people should have a right to be mad when they can see that you aren't trying to help them. You're literally trying to gouge money from their pockets. And I don't think that that's good customer service, or like, yeah, I feel like there just needs to be someone there who can just kind of speak a little more on, like, the consumer side. Like, I know that there was Elytra before. Like, I don't know why you guys thought that getting rid of her was a good idea. She was definitely doing a really good job, but maybe there's something that happened that I'm not sure about. Either way, I hope that Gumi could maybe one day see these messages, maybe one day hear this, and like think, maybe story reset isn't such a bad thing at all. Like, all it is like what, maybe an extra 30k lapis I can put in my pocket. I think that a lot of people would benefit from, like, let's say you give a story reset, a lot of people started hoarding that lapis, whatever. I know a bunch of people would start playing the game more. That would give you guys more clicks, that would give you guys more advertising. If there was a story reset, I know there'd be a lot more videos that come out from this, which would give you more advertising that's free. And I know that there'd be a lot of more people playing, then more people would watch your ads. And those ads on Brave Exvius, I don't know how much money that makes you guys, but more players watching more ads means more money for you guys. So like, that should be ultimately your biggest goal in my mind, to get more players to want to play, to tell people about their friends, to incorporate some type of team-based element into Brave Exvius, to get to people to want to play with other people. One of the most popular things about gacha games right now is the fact that they can play with their friends. Dissidia does this. I know a couple other games do it. I only really kind of watch Dissidia. So I think that should be something they consider. Trying to, like, you shouldn't really be trying to milk the cows that, you know, you've already milked, because now the cows are just gonna walk away. Like, there's no milk left for you to milk. I'm not opening my wallet anymore, because I know that that's all you're doing. You're just coming after my wallet. You should come after everybody's wallet. You should be looking at ways to broaden your audience instead of just taking what you can from the audience you have now. Yeah, so JP, while we have the good exclusives, JP, they have really good bundles. Like, I know on the Japanese side, they had like, for like 10k lapis, you got like a 10+1 with all rainbows in it. That is beyond amazing. That's like, we've literally at this point gotten less than half of that. We got it for 9k lapis, I think it was 9k. It was like 4 units and 4 units, guaranteed rainbow, 7 plus, and then 7 other units. And I think that's pretty good too. That's really good, like a really good deal. But the Japanese bundles are definitely more generous. They have this way more often than we do too. And I have another thing I wanted to rant about, sort of, but like, it's kind of like a weird take, but I'll say it anyway. I am okay with Summon Fest banners. When I started, you couldn't UFC units anyway. And like the idea of UFC in global, or in Japan, it was cool, but like at first it seemed like you got more tickets, but lately it feels like it kind of slowed down. Like after you use a bunch, it feels like it kind of long to get more. So it's like it doesn't really feel like you can quickly acquire tickets or whatever. I know you can do like bosses and stuff, but in terms of Summon Fest, I like the fact that the banner, like the old units, they made it that you can't get like older units, I think from the first year of 5 stars. So it's like Lightning, Delita, Mercenary Ramza, like those units you can't get. They're not in the Summon Fest banner, and I like that the only way to get Summon Fest units is to pull on any Summon Fest banner. So anytime you pull on the Summon Fest banners, it's like you cancel out the old stuff with the new stuff. The rainbow rate is like double. It's like, I think our GL rainbow rate is like 3%, and then like the rainbow rate for the Summon Fest units is like 7%. So like that's cool. I don't know. I just think that it's a pretty decent concept. Like it's not like people always say like, oh, on the Summon Fest you can't get, like once the banners is gone you have to wait for it to come back. But like that's just how banners work. And it's funny, in JP they're actually the only people who've gotten banners to come back. In the global side, one of the biggest issues that I've had, I always say this, is we never get rerunning banners ever. I think the only unit that I can remember actually having a rerun, like coming back out, is Noctis. There were those times where rarely we got like a step up, where at the end of the step up you can get like one of the units that turn 7-star, and you'd be thinking like, wow, like I really want to pull on this 6 5-star unit step up, because I really want to get that Gladio amongst the 5 other units that I don't want. Well, in Japan, they didn't have many step-ups for them, that's right, but they had like 3 unit repeating banners every week. You could be like, hey, I remember there was a banner in Japan with a Toning Dragoon Cane, a healer, and another damage dealer. 3-man banner, you can use your tickets, you can use 5k Lapis to pull. That's not OP, it's whatever, it's just a rerunning banner. If you want to spend more money or spend more Lapis, spend more Lapis. I think that, I don't understand why that should be such an issue for Gumi to put out a banner where people can pull. Like, well, what do you lose from giving us the option to pull for more characters? That gives us the option to, say, hey, I want these characters, I'm gonna use my Lapis. Hey, I ran out of Lapis, but this character's still here. I need it, so I'm gonna spend $10, $20, $30, get some Lapis, and then pull again. Like, I don't think that's OP at all. I don't think so. So I just don't understand where Gumi's coming from on that end. Just because, like, you don't really give us like the option to do anything we want with like the unit, like with the banner, with our Lapis. We have to wait for it seemed weird when I went to Fan Festa last year. It was like weird that they were asking us about like what they called the crystal ball effect, where it's like where we look to Japan. Why wouldn't we look to Japan when everything you do is taken from Japan and except the good stuff? So like we have to know when we're gonna get screwed. If we were trying to play this game, we have to know. So that's just my issue with the Summon Fest. Like you can, like, it's the closest thing to us being able to get these units is to pull, like, that's the way it always is. You pull these units, you pull them off banner, and then they arrive in your party. That's how I get most of the units that I've gotten. A lot of the 7 stars I've gotten were because they're off banner. The only time I ever got an STMR on banner was when I pulled for Elena, which was this July. That means before that, I had never ever gotten 4 of the same units on one banner. Never ever. Never ever. I can tell you that. I can tell you that wholeheartedly, just because of how high the off banner rate is. So with like that being said, especially in global, when the Summon Fest arrives, you'll be getting tons of Summon Fest units because I get rainbows all the time, and I know for a fact that everyone gets rainbows all the time, just not as often as they want to. My friend said he went 100 and whatever days without getting a rainbow. That guy hoards like crazy, so if you don't pull, how are you gonna get a rainbow? That's what I always tell him. But no, he said, no, I haven't gotten a rainbow, blah, 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 whatever. Summon Fest. Summon Fest won't be so bad. You'll get a ton of rainbows. You'll get more rainbows than you would before Summon Fest. You might as well save for Summon Fest because you'll get more rainbows. And the off-banner rainbows you do get won't be like Delita. They won't be, oh my goodness, what's the name of that ninja samurai? Jiraiya. They won't be Jiraiya. They won't be Mary. You won't get, Dark Fina, Beach Time Fina. You won't be getting any of those units. You'll be getting units like King Rain or maybe Leela, Sephiroth. Like, Sephiroth will be the low. Those would be like the characters. I could use another Sephiroth. The STMR is bad. I need one more for the STMR. Bad. Like, I'd be so happy with him. You can get Cloud, like Elfrida. Those are the shit off banner units that you'll be getting, and that is exciting for me because that means that, like, and I'm definitely not shilling for Gumi. You guys heard a bunch of this shit is like that they're doing to us messed up, but whatever. It's just a game. But in terms of the Summon Fest, I don't think that that's a reason to be upset with Gumi, just because you can't UOC the character. Personally, I never thought UOC would go that far anyway, and I don't believe that UOC will be in like a situation where you'd be able to UOC the Summon Fest. But it's looking like it's leaning that way, so hopefully crossing my fingers, but I don't think it will. I think that, well, it might. Just not limited. It might. That being said, I am currently saving my Lapis for Cecil. That's the unit I want the most. I think the other unit that I thought I wanted Furion. But after I UOC'd for Bart, I didn't have anything left. Looking at Furion, who came out early. Transtera's coming out soonish. No, soon. She should be like November. Not Transtera. Warrior of Light Terra. And another unit coming out was Warrior of Light. And after that, that's when like the Summon Fest will start. Very intrigued to see if, one, we get global exclusives in the Summon Fest. 2, if we get any changes to the Summon Fest. I want to know if we can get like maybe like a promise for like recurring banners, recurring on banners, not just like off banner rates. Yeah, stuff like that. Also, I'm looking forward to, which banner was I looking forward to? That stupid banner called? The FF9 banner, and that's only because I love Dragoons, so I just want the new Dragoon. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So with all that out of the way, the rants, the JP rant, the state of FFBE. I want to start talking about some of the news that came out recently about Brave Exvius, or this week's news that came out yesterday. No more, I know how Howell says Newsday Tuesday, no more Newsday Tuesday. Everything's moved up one day, it's Newsday, News Monday. So here it is, the first one. This is going to be going up on the 24th, so that's this Friday, or this Thursday, sorry. Obtain a 5-star select summon ticket. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Elemental Battle, Grave Hexvius. Nice pun there, nice pun. So we have Elemental Battle, which I think is like the wave battle one. The event goes 2 weeks long, goes from this Thursday to 2 weeks, the end of beginning maintenance Wednesday, and then claim period is a extra week there. So we'll be fighting the Ghouligan, a hooligan ghoul. Here's some info for you. Ghouligan is fearsome foe that combines multiple light attacks to deal tremendous damage, so deal light damage. Ghost, okay. Make sure to exploit its weakness against the dark element and to prepare your party's resistance against light before facing it in battle. Sure. Be mindful of any element attacks to use against it, though, as it will respond in kind with element attacks of its own, with the exception of dark. So if you hit it with anything that's like a different element, you hit it with fire, it hits you with fire. Doing the intro quest, the intermediate, will give you a weak-ass two-handed dark weapon. Doing the advanced quest will give you a weak-ass two-handed dark gun. And doing the pro quest will give you a two-handed dark spear. Doing the elite quest will give you tickets, and then you get a 5-star ticket for completing it 1.5 million times. Here is the event gear, blah blah blah. So this is the gear that they give you, similar to the Elena trial and the one with Kaito. So maybe he is the precursor, the character I'll show you in a minute. But here he is. Here is the equipment that they've given out. So when you have all 3 of these equipment set, they give you like a bonus. So let's see, boost light resistance by 5% and resistance to blind and disease by 10%. Enable charcoal set. Boost defense and spirit by 5%. Yikes. Okay, so the first thing I'll say is, of course this equipment's gonna be bad. In like 2 weeks or a month, they're gonna give us the next trial of vengeance, and all this. They're gonna buff up all this equipment. We're gonna get this equipment like the good version of it. So yeah, this equipment's gonna be bad. By wearing all 3, it gives you 25% extra defense and spirit, and each set of equipment isn't very good by itself. Definitely won't be making this. And none of this is good either. Character bonuses. When you bring these characters, you will get extra bonuses when you're doing the wave battle. And then you get extra stuff here. Make sure not to get rid of any of these characters. I think I have my Pirate Jake. Oh, nope. I sold my Pirate Jake. But because I got his ring. But White Mage Fina, and we got Illusionist Nicole, the goat right here, and then Black Cat Sakura. You can bring those in. If you have Pirate Jake still, you can bring him in. His TMR is the GOAT, or at least it was the GOAT. And yeah, that was the first piece of news. Next, they showed off, if you didn't see the Brave Exvius update video, they showed off the new characters coming out for this Thursday. One of them looks really cool. The other one is probably the ugliest unit I've ever seen in my entire life. Can't tell the gender. I can't tell if they're wearing a mask. I don't know what's on their face. I don't understand their Halloween costume. They kind of look like a pope. You kind of see like a scarf here, and then these colors are just ugly. I don't know what this shirt, I don't know if this is a scarf or if it's a shirt. I don't know how many open layers. I don't know the gender. I don't know. The weapon looks kind of cool. Looked like Jake's weapon. But yeah, anyway, let's talk about these new characters. So major boost to drop rates from end of maintenance Thursday, start of maintenance Wednesday. Also available in step up summon. So we have Carton and her name was Gaudria. I like the name, Gaudria. First, you get limited to 4, and when you do 2 whole steps, you get you can get like a prism. Let's see, step 1 gives you 4k, step 2 is 5k, so 24k for the whole step up, and then going back to do it all, you end up spending 96k. It's a lot of lapis. It's a lot of lapis. It's a lot of lapis. And they also give you these 5-star tickets where you have to do like the whole step and then +1 step +1 to get it, and then you get a 10% ticket. Yeah, the first step. I wish it was one of those. My thing was, I've been really loving seeing those step ups where the first step is a rainbow. They should incorporate that more. It would make people at least want to spend on the first step. Maybe they get the rainbow they're looking for on the first step and then go all the way through. That's why I think that's a good idea. So here's the first character. I didn't realize this until my homie pointed it out. Shout outs to Icon. But Carten, he is a damage dealer and a tank. So that's pretty interesting. All of his kit is pointed towards dealing damage, or all of his Trust Master reward stuff, Super Trust Master rewards, pointed towards dealing damage. His Trust Master reward is called Scarlet Moon. Enable Eternal Bloodlust. Boost attack when equipped with fists. So that's probably going to be like 30% or 20% attack with fists. It's very common nowadays. We've seen it with 4-star base Suzume has this type of ability with katanas. 5-star base Hyo has this ability with great swords, and limited 5-star base Kingdom Hearts Sephiroth has this ability with katanas. So now we're seeing this come through with the fist weapons. A lot of people are fist users. Shout outs to Saint Trick. And so like this would be a very useful TMR if you're using. If a lot of big people are fans of Tifa, this would be a useful fan with her. If you're gonna use the Figaro brother, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it'd be useful for him. Yeah, so they're perfectly useful. Leela, useful for her. The super TMR is called Wild Fang Heirloom. 170 attack, enable Wild Fang Claws, boost equipment attack when armed with 2 one-handed weapons. So in this other page, they give you a piece of equipment that's like dark or whatever. They give you a piece of equipment that's like these dark wolf claws. This isn't even good. This wolf claws, it's not even good for Carten, because Carten, stated by a super TMR, which realistically should be the best piece of equipment that you can give to this unit, Carten himself is showing that he gets a boost when equipped with 2 one-handed weapons. He doesn't get a boost saying he's getting equipped with 2-handed weapons. His abilities. First move is Full Moon Bestial Barrage. Deal partially unmitigated damage to one enemy and deal damage to one enemy and power up with consecutive use. So it's like a backloaded attack. And like it's stronger with more use. Probably good. Probably trained with Bolting Strike. One of his cooldown abilities. So all these abilities will be 7-star abilities. One use every 11 turns. Inflict Berserk status on the caster. Deal damage to all enemies. Add chance of counterattacking when an ally receives a physical attack. And enable Triple Claws for 2 turns. Activate 1 time regardless of equipment conditions. Okay, so this move specifically says that you won't attack twice. So maybe you can like do triple cast or double cast and then use this move with your double cast, because this move doesn't hit twice. So probably has a really good effect for him. I've seen something online about him having Berserk status, like how that can be good. So I'm very curious how that works. His last ability that they're showing us is called Cursed Bloodline. Boosts defense by 30%, boosts physical damage against Reapers, and reduce physical damage taken when HP falls below a certain point. So he gets tankier when he gets more damage, when he gets hit more, and then he has extra damage against Reapers. Could be pretty good. Reaper is not very common enemy, but maybe it will be. With his event Halloween, it kind of makes sense. But yes. So now we're getting a clear picture of Godria. Godria is kind of like, I guess, a priest. You can kind of see the priest collars here, and then you can see that priest kind of outfit here. I don't know, like Godria has a gun. Kind of reminds me of Father Carmelo. I think that's his name from FMA. I don't know why. I think it might be a scarf, but it reminds me of Father Carmelo. Has a little, Godria looks like a girl, maybe Andrea, but a god. And its role is attacker and buffer. Oh, that's a lot of text. All right, let's start off with Trustmaster Reward. Trustmaster Reward is Photon Core. Attack plus 40, enable Photon Core, boost the equipment attack when single weapon is equipped in both hands, boost physical magic damage against fairies and reapers. So that's interesting. So it gives you true double hands and then fairy and reaper killer. That's okay. It's basically just, it's only 40 attack. It's exactly like Martial Glove. I feel like this unit, without even going into it, this unit will make people not want to pull on the banner, just because like the fact that they might get Godria. Like I'm in the boat where I kind of feel like if I were to get Carton, I would stop pulling and wait for his prism to come out, just because you guys didn't make Godria look very appealing. You guys didn't give Godria a TMR that's very appealing. It doesn't bring anything new to people who have been playing for a little while. Godria Super TMR, GE98 Photon Gun, attack 177, two-handed gun, enable First Aid Knowledge, Energizing Shot, and Restorative Shot. So, First Aid Knowledge is an ability that anyone with this gun will be able to use. Boost potency of healing items used in battle. Okay, not useful. So that's like a passive. Energizing Shot, consume 1 Ether, Turbo Ether, Mega Ether, or Energizing Shot, and its effects apply to all allies. Okay, that's cool. I think that's cool. That's cool. Restorative Shot, consume 1 potion, High Potion, X Potion, Y Potion, or Restorative Shot, and its effect partially applies to all allies. Okay, so it's like a group heal. Alright, this weapon, like, I get that it's trying to, like, appeal to a niche, but, like, nah. Photonized Elixir, consume 1 elixir and its effects apply to all allies. I guess the idea here is that, like, by herself, Godria can do it, can do all these abilities or whatever, but if you wanted just Godria's ability, you can get the Super TMR. Activate GE98 Photon Cartridge. Boost attack and physical damage against fairies and reapers for self, and enable Photonized Elixir. Boost attack and spirit, attack by 40% when equipped with a gun. Equipment attack with a single weapon is equipped in both hands. Restore damage against fairies. Restore MP, whatever. This one here, boost attack, it's cool. Boost attack in 30%, 7% attack, and then true double hand. Just kind of shows you what type of unit Godria will be. True double hand gun user. Yeah. And then you have all these other units that you're all familiar with already. Once again, gotta point out Illusion Nicole. This is the original right here. This is the original Rivera. If you don't know, then look into him. Pirate Jake, this TMR right here, the GOAT, GOAT, the GOAT, the GOAT, the GOAT, the GOAT, the GOAT, the GOAT. Amazing TMR. After that, this is the final update. We are going to be getting a 5-man Halloween banner filled with units that you probably don't want. So there are like 2 units that I would say you might want, which would be Lucius and Lilith. That's what it was. I was right. Lilith and Lucius. Lilith. Oh my goodness, I would love to have Lilith, but yeah. I would love to have Lilith. It's probably the only thing on this banner that I'd want. But the fact that I can get everything else, including Demon Rain, if I could just I would post this banner if Demon Rain wasn't on it. And it's not because I don't like Demon Rain, it's just that I don't want him. That sounds bad, but it's true. I just don't want Demon Rain. So, yeah, so the step up, you only get 1. This is the only way to pull for these. Oh no, it's also available. So maybe you can pull for them on a regular 5K. But then you have the step up also available to you. Well, yeah, you'd have to pull for them on the 5K because they actually don't give you enough summon coins for pulling on the only the step up, because you only get one per player. So you have to pull on the 5K. It'll give you 20 summon coins or 10 summon coins.
A scattered dream that's like a far off memory.
Maybe it'll tell you somewhere. Nope, it doesn't tell you anywhere. But yeah, I'm hoping to see some updates. I know that the Lilith and Lucian themselves, they're supposed to be getting some type of enhancements. So the enhancements will be coming this month, so it'll probably be on Thursday itself. That will really decide if like people are going to be pulling for Lucius and Lilith, because they're definitely not pulling. Like maybe some people might pull for GLS, Grimlord Sorcerer, or like some people might pull for Dracula or Demon Rain. But I think most of the people pulling will be for Lilith herself. I even think Lucian is kind of weak. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the state of Brave Exvius right now. Is Global like making right decisions? Could they be more generous? Am I just wrong? Because it's possible that I think that I'm thinking something that's just not true. But yeah, let me know, please. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Stay godlike.